So now, ladies and gentlemen, here is the family, and they're going to each one say a few words to us. Thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone. When we think of the word mother, what comes to mind? The gentle touch of a smiling face who unconditionally is there for you. The one who is, throughout your life, an element of support and stability. And yes, far too often, a source of inspiration. But what happens when you have to share this person with millions of people? My mother has been much more than one to myself and my siblings. She has been a mother to generations of Iranians. Even today, for tens of millions of young Iranians who never lived during her reign, she is perceived as a mother figure. Her legacy is now etched in stone. In this short time, all I can say is that despite all the hardship and tumultuous events and tragedies in her life, she has managed to maintain her strength, courage, and above all, her dignity.
So people always ask me if I know how great my grandmother is. There are three people I genuinely believe are angels: my dad, Empress, and my grandmother. When I see my dad and Amme, I often think, you are so deeply good. How could the world leave you intact? It's as though they fell out of the sky and were not wired like other humans. Having angels like this in your family with not a manipulative or bad bone in their body is a recipe for anxiety and overprotectiveness. Luckily, I also have a third and different kind of angel in my family, my grandmother. And she is a constant source of calm and peace. As her granddaughter, I've spent a lot of time with her and can thus recognize the signs that she is in fact superhuman. She is kind to all living things. She never kills bugs, only moves them, always concerned that we will scare them. When Iman and I were little, she would take us walking outside in her garden at her house in Greenwich. And we would visit all of the trees, hug them, thank them, respect them. This has stayed with me. It's a really useful skill, being able to draw strength from trees. My Mama Yaya is essential to who I am and who I hope to become. She is central to all my earliest memories, and she is the one force of consistency in my life, consistent joy, love, and inspiration. So to those who ask me if I know how great my grandmother is, I would say this: I definitely noticed. And I certainly understand the unique privilege it is to be shaped by someone so fundamentally pure, intelligent, kind, selfless, and wise. I don't know who I would be without her.
My grandma is such an inspiration to me, Noor and Farah, as she is to us all. Not only is she always there for us to lean on and to dispense her wisdom, she has also taught us by example what strength really is. She has suffered more tragedies and life upheavals than anyone I know. One would have expected her to have become bitter to life or resentful. However, as we all know, she is the complete opposite, a true example of quiet, enduring strength. She spends her days and nights getting lost in her thoughts about Iran and how to help her people find liberty and happiness. She dedicates her days to writing emails and making surprise phone calls to people who are overjoyed to hear her voice. You can tell that being in touch with her people gives her so much happiness. I remember one time in Montgomery Mall, we were stopped by a kind woman who was in tears when she saw my grandmother. Of course, my grandmother immediately embraced her, shared stories with her, and at the end agreed to basically have a photo shoot in the middle of Nordstrom's with her. Once we walked away, I asked her if it bothered her when she gets stopped by people in public. And immediately she looked back and said, "Absolutely not. This gives me the most joy in life and gives me the energy to keep going." My grandma represents grace, humility, empathy, dignity like no one else in the world. She really is my biggest role model in every way, and I can't imagine where I'd be without all her love and caring attention through life.
I became a part of your family at the age of 17. I've therefore had the good fortune and privilege to have had you as a mother figure for over 31 years. I could speak for hours about what you have meant to me, but of course this forum doesn't allow for that. So instead, I want to thank you for showing me that One doesn't need money, a crown, or a throne to be a queen. You're always kind, gracious, and respectful, no matter the occasion. You've helped me raise my daughters into the fine women they've become. You've always made time to love them, to nurture them, and to help them in all aspects of their lives. It might sound like a strange thing to say, but I think Reza, the girls, and I owe a thanks of sorts to the Islamic fundamentalists who changed the direction of your life. Iran's loss is our gain. We are indeed so lucky to have had the full force of your love and affection, for which I am eternally grateful.
Thanking you for your strength, for your resilience, for your humility, for your dignity, and your unwavering love for your people. You will forever be the queen of our hearts. Thank you.
I hope that democracy will visit Iran one day, and all the work that you have done, from helping children, women, education, the arts, leprosy, hospitals, cinematography, everything else will blossom again, and Iran will be the country we used to know. At this time, I have a small presentation to you. May I? I would like to read the message. Your Majesty, Empress Farah Pahlavi, we salute you for your lifelong commitments and achievements improving the lives of your people. Tota Family Foundation and your Washington, D.C. friends, September 2017. So from all of us, this is to you as a memento of this evening.
Annie, I don't know how to thank you for your friendship, for your kindness, and this tribute to me, and for having gathered such a wonderful people and friends. I could not have accomplished what I had done with the work I had to do for my country without the help of many of my compatriots who participated and collaborated and tirelessly worked to make our dreams come true. I was blessed to have the support of my husband, and also he always encouraged me in my endeavors. There were long hours of hard work, studying and planning, and to make many of our goals come to reality. I really am touched by your tribute, Annie, by your friendship, by your kindness. Everybody knows how gracious you are, your hospitality as a gracious hostess, but above all, we all know how your untiring work for charitable and cultural organization. I wanted to give this tribute to so many more of my compatriots who worked so hard to make a better life for people in Iran, and who created so many facilities all around Iran. As you all know, Iran is a very thousands of years of culture and civilization. Iranian people want freedom, democracy, human rights, a secular government, and the territorial integrity of their country. They want a government, they want a country to be friendly with our neighbors, with the rest of the world. In my country, light will overcome the darkness, and Iran will rise from her ashes.